Where do these people come up with their bullshit?
So Democrats are lying again. That's why we call them fake news for a reason. And this time it's regarding Trump cutting Medicaid. Didn't happen. Republicans are actually increasing Medicaid funding by 24%, contrary to all the lies. This is a great approach because it's a responsible growth. When you have a program that 85 million Americans rely on, that is a very safe, respectable way to go about it. Democrats love to act like everything Trump does is to benefit him and his rich friends, which is not true. You know who this is benefiting? Working class families with children, people with disabilities, elderly people. So ask any Democrat you know to explain the 24% increase. They won't because they're lying and it doesn't fit their narrative. Democrats make this seem like Republicans are taking away people's health care when really they're taking their money, investing it more wisely, so more people have the opportunity to get these benefits as well. So, we're right again.
Except, you're not right again. Ooh, there was a little stutter back there on the phone stand. Where does 24% information come from? You're saying that Republicans are increasing Medicaid funding by 24%. This is literally the first time I'm hearing it. This is a claim you're making. And then you're telling us to explain your claim. No, that's not how it works. You back up your claim. You prove your claim. You're claiming Republicans are increasing Medicaid funding by 24%. Give us your source. While you're looking for said source, allow me to read for you something. House Republican bill would cut Medicaid funding to states providing own health coverage to people who are undocumented. The House Republican reconciliation legislation currently under consideration in the Energy and Commerce Committee would take away health coverage and leave at least 8.6 million people uninsured as it cuts at least $715 billion in healthcare spending, mostly from Medicaid, according to initial estimates by the Congressional Budget Office. Among other harmful proposals, the bill would cut the federal matching rate for the Affordable Care Act's Medicaid expansion in the 14 states that created and fund solely with their own state funds comprehensive health coverage programs to cover people without a documented immigration status. This policy would substantially cut federal support for Medicaid expansion and encroach on state sovereignty. I've shown you a source that says that Medicaid is going to be cut. You made a claim that Medicaid funding is going to be increased. I showed you my sources. You show us your sources. By the way, as somebody who knows people that are on Medicaid, that are on the verge of losing their health care, if the Republicans get their way, please allow me to offer you a heartfelt, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. And yeah, it didn't happen because that bill didn't make it out of committee because I believe 5 Republicans voted against it in committee. And before anybody stands up and applauds and hoots and hollers these 5 Republicans, they didn't vote against this bill in the committee because it was draconian. They didn't vote against this bill in the committee because it was going to cut Medicaid spending and leave poor people without health insurance. No, they didn't vote against this because the cuts didn't go deep enough. Or didn't vote for it because the cuts didn't go deep enough. They voted against this because this was going to add money to the debt and deficit, and they weren't going to vote for anything that added to the debt and deficit. They don't give a shit that the Medicaid's being cut for people. They don't give a shit that millions of Americans would lose their health care coverage. They only give a shit that we're going to be adding more debt and deficit. So at least there's some Republicans with a conscience when it comes to not running up a further bill. Having said that, no, the only reason this didn't happen is because 5 Republicans voted against it in committee because it didn't go deep enough. But once again, on behalf of people who I know that are going to be losing their Medicaid if it does go through, go fuck yourself.